Hello one and all, it's TeamTraction here, and today's video is something a bit different for our seasonal finale. We're heading to the East Anglian Transport Museum, so sit back, relax and enjoy. The first item we look at in the open air museum is a Southwold Railway luggage van. Now this is very important as it's the only surviving piece of Southwold Railway rolling stock, that's the SR. This is a narrow gauge, 3-foot gauge railway, and there are talks of this actually moving to the preservation site, the start of the new Southwold Railway. They're rebuilding it, so that would be lovely to see that running again. Coming up to the signal box now, and we can have a look inside. There are lots of old station signs and memorabilia inside. It's not a working signal box anymore, as there are only 2 points that are manually operated. So there are various types of transport at the East Anglian Transport Museum, and this is one of them, the 2-foot gauge East Suffolk Light Railway, as they call it. It's a very small light railway running about 500 metres from one end of the museum site to the other. All of the engines are diesel shunters with 2 coaches behind. Here we now board the train and we take a look down the line. And here we are, we have reached Woodside Holt. The track is going to hopefully be extended here, as the museum has brought another half-acre site of land, and they're hoping to extend the railway system, the tram system, and the bus system, and the trolleybus system as well. Yeah, you heard me right. As you can see, just briefly up in the corner, there is a working trolleybus system with wires, and there is also a working tram system on the site. This is one of the few places in the country that allows this, which makes it quite a unique site. Heading down onto the main street now. This is all being built from scratch. None of this existed before. And we can see one of the trolley buses passing now. Lovely cream and brown livery. We also then have a motor garage on the left, the shop on the right, and the main, well, one of the main sheds to the front of us. You can see the tram tracks are embedded into the road, and the trolley bus wires are above. Here we see one of the trolley buses pulling down round to the loop, because the trolley buses here work on a figure-8 loop system where they turn down this road here, go around the museum site, and then back up and to the main station stop. So as you see here, this is where they start. They curve round this corner. You see there's a lot of buses parked here. This was one of the main event days, which was celebrating the 30 years since the closure of some of these trolley bus routes. So we go round the back. The railway is to our right, and we see some of the restoration sheds. There are a lot of sheds on this site, but take in mind when they first built this, well, when they first came to this site in 1974, there was basically nothing on this site. All you see here has been built. Right, so coming around here, you can see the railway depot, the shed in the corner, and the railway line. And we're coming up to where Woodside Holt is located. You see there is the train there. We are on the top deck of the bus. We're on the trolley bus system at the moment. So then we come round. To our right is where the tram goes up and where the new extension is to be planned. And we turn left, back down towards the main bus and trolley, bus and tram interchange. So this is where the line shares road with the trams. You can accelerate quite sharply down here. These trolley buses do have quite sharp acceleration. This is sort of the first form of electric cars. We're coming past the main restoration shed now and the gift shop, and to the front we can see the main tram and trolley bus interchange. So the trolley bus just goes quite slow here because it's a very open air pedestrian place. A lot of pedestrians can walk here. And then we turn down this road, and then we have another loop of the site before we go right and then turn back round into the interchange. So you see we're coming back round again for the second time. I think this is the one where we turn round where the red tree is, and we go around the back there, and then we're facing forward towards where we are now. Quite hard to explain, you should have to see it on camera. And then we stop to let them change the wires. The wire tracks up above us. You see down there's the lever pulley systems. He pulls the lever, and then that allows us to change wires. So coming around here now, just pause again to let the conductor back on, and for him to change the track back. And then we come round, see where the other trolley buses are parked. So we come round to the right, keep going in a circle, and then we end up parallel to where the trams are. This is, like I say, the main entrance and the main interchange. And we're ready for another ride. We board a tram and we see the interior of these. There are two trams running today, so one after the other. So this one was having a little break while the other tram ran. It's empty inside, so we have a good look at the interior. There's one of the normal buses coming round. And we walk back to the back of the tram, or the front, depending on which way it's driving, because they're double-sided. You can drive them from either end. And we go up the stairs, very steep steps, and we can view the tram on the left of the right of us departing. So that's it. Sadly I didn't get much footage of this day because I had storage issues, as I did with all of the original footage I got. But as we see this tram depart, that is the final shot for season 1.